guys, welcome to a new video here in JS Education. My name is Carlos Santana and this is the video number 5 for the course developing a headless CMS with TypeScript and GraphQL. So let's start. So the first thing we need to do is to run ncu-u inside backend, and then you should take the versions that appears on my terminal. Otherwise, if you are seeing this video like weeks later or months later, probably you will install newer versions than these ones and you could face some issues. So just keep those versions for now. After that, you just need to run npm install. And we need to open our package.json, and we are going to add a new script for testing. It's copy test, and then we just need to run Jest on the folder source. I need to add a Jest node here that is going to match all the tsx files and is going to run ts-jest on these files only. So you need to add that part. Also, we need to install as other dependencies. We need to install Jest and ts-jest. And of course, don't forget to install types/jest. Then you need to go to source types, and then, well, you need to create this folder sequelize mock. I previously created, but you should create this one, sequelize mock, and then inside we are going to create an index.d.ts file, and we are going to declare that module, declare module sequelize mock -mock. Okay, right. Okay, then we are going to start writing some unit tests, basic unit tests in our resolvers and some of the types that we already have. So in the resolvers directory, we need to create a new folder with _test . And then inside, we are going to create our first file called user.test.ts. And basically in this one, we are going just to test that our queries and mutation exist for now. We're not going to go deep for now, but this is the code we have. So I'm pulling up the function isFunction from fogutils, and then I'm going to import the user file that is one directory behind. And then basically on the query, I'm going to say that get user should exist. So I'm going to expect that is a function user.query.get users. Then on the mutation, we need to validate that we have create user as a function and then login as a function. So for now, that's like a basic test that we can add. Eventually, when we advance more in the project, we need to include more unit tests. After that, we need to go to types, and then we are going to add the same folder, _tests. So these directories are automatically recognized by Jest. So that's why we need to do it like that. And then in here, you need to create a file index.test.ts. And in this one, we are going to check, if you see this index file, what it's doing basically is merging all of types and is creating the schema, the GraphQL schema. So for that, we need to test our type definitions, and then we need to create a snapshot of the schema. When we run this test, it's going to generate automatically a snapshot of the schema. And every time we change the schema, we need to match it, or we need to update the snapshot. I will show you that in a few seconds. After that, we need to go to the interfaces file, and then I'm going to add a new type called sequelize that I'm going to create. And then this sequelize is going to extend also our interfaces, for example, app and then sequelize. Also, the user, iUser, is going to extend to sequelize. And these ones, the token, created at, and updated at, are gonna be optional. So I need to put a question mark in that part, and that's it. Now, if you go to the types file, you need to create this new type of sequelize, which are the methods that sequelize has: defaults, name, options, and associate methods, and some properties. Not all of them, but the ones that we are using. Now we need to go to leaf, and then inside leaf we are going to create a new folder for our test as well. So _test _, and then the new file is gonna be out.test.ts. In this one, we need to test or create token function, which is gonna be like a really easy test. Right now, we don't have like an actual way to test if the token is valid or not, but because the thing is that the token is going to change, or is gonna be affected by the time. So the only thing that I'm validating is that with this data of the user, we need to create this token, and the length of the token always is gonna be 413. If you change data here, it could change, but for now, the string that returns has a length of this quantity. So that's the way we can test if we are actually creating the token on the out. Then we need to go to the models folder, and we are going to create also here _test, and then inside we are going to test our app model, app test.ts. So this one is going to match also the fields that we have defined in our just give me one sec. Okay, into our model. So for example, in here, we need to include sequelize mock as sequelize, because otherwise we cannot use sequelize on the testing. We are going to mock that. And then we create a sequelize object or instance. We get the data types with sequelize. And then our model is gonna be app. So we send the instance of sequelize and the data types. We are going to get the schema of the model. If you see this model, basically we have the ID, app name, identifier, icon, and description. So the way we can get that is with model _ defaults, and we assign that to schema. The model name is app. So then the first thing we need to match is that the name of the model should match with this one. So model.name is gonna be app, so it should match that one. And the schema also needs to match. So we are expecting that our schema is going to match to all of this, to the ID, app name, identifier, icon, description, and also the unique, the allow, null, etc. All the data needs to match here. Also, we need to create a file for our user test model. So let me copy that one. So it's pretty much the same. Our model name is going to be user. We're going to get the schema. We are matching the name, we are matching the schema, the ID, username. We need to match even the validations that we have, if it's alphanumeric, if it's the length, the password, email, if it's a valid email, privilege, active. And then we are validating that we have the before create hook. In this way, we validate if it's a function, model, options, hooks before create, which we already have. If you go here, we have the hooks part, and then we have the method before create. And then this also have an associate method because it has a relationship with app. So basically we are validating also that one. It's not like a very complex test right now, it's very basic, but we are going to start adding more unit tests while we are advancing in this project. So right now, if everything works fine, we just need to run npm test. And then if you see here on the types, it says one snapshot return. So that means if you go here to the types test, you see that automatically creates this directory snapshots and then creates this file, which is like a .snap extension. And if you see, all the value here is the entire schema, like the schema that we generate completely. So why is this useful? For example, if someone change the schema, let's say they go to user and then probably they want to add first name as a new field, and then they run npm test. So the test is going to fail because it's not matching to the current snapshot. It's going to say that first name is received, but it's not in the snapshot. So the way we can update that is actually with this command, npm test --space--u. So in that way, we are going to force to update our snapshot with that. So you run like that, the snapshot got updated, and then if you go to test, you can see in your user that first name has been added correctly. So in this way, we will make sure that the schema that we are working on it is always updated, and like everyone is respecting that. So that's it for this video. I don't want to make like a large video. If you have any question, please drop a comment in the section of the comments. Also, you can join to our Slack community if you want. The link is in the description. If you like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. That's it. I don't want to take more time from you. So thanks so much and see you in the next time.